Yo, 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 what's good, everybody? It's Poison Ivy Trifetta, Queen of motherfucking VA, and you're tuned into the Bud Show. You can find me at Poison Ivy Trifetta on Facebook or Poison Ivy, Poyzen, Ivy, Trifetta, Trapetta, or you can find me on Instagram at Poison Ivy 2020. Let's get it.
What's up, boss lady?
What's good with you?
Already. So how I like to start it, I like to get straight into it. So Norfolk raised you.
Right.
What's a habit, mindset, or instinct you picked up there that still shows up in your music today?
Uh, okay, so like I was raised in Norfolk from the time I was younger to about 18,
Yeah,
19. So I would probably have to say the aggressiveness, the fighting and stuff, because
yeah.
that's all I did when I was younger was fight and stuff in school and stuff. So I would have to say the aggressiveness that's in my music. It kind of came from how I was raised and stuff.
Facts. So since you mentioned that, how was the younger Poison Ivy?
Okay, I was laid back in the beginning. I
Yeah.
was laid back, but you just couldn't. I was always the one that was fighting for my friends in
Yeah,
school.
yeah.
So I was the one that would fight the bully. Like I didn't like to see people get bullied on and stuff. So you know what I'm saying? I would fight the bully.
And what this came around, what, middle school, high school, or this been the whole time you've been in school?
Elementary school. I say third grade was my first fight. That's when I realized I knew. That's when I knew I could fight.
Yeah.
Cause I was always laid back, just like I am now. But people would pick on me and stuff
Yeah.
because we was raised up in a religion where we had to wear all dresses and stuff.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, we was it's called apostolic faith. Yeah, so we had to go to school every day in long dresses, and I would get joked every day. And I realized the girl kept picking on me in third grade, and it was in PE class, and that's when I realized I could fight, and I just beat her up.
In the third grade.
Right.
And I want to kind of dive a little bit deeper into, okay, so y'all had to wear dresses. Like
Mhm.
this was like a mandatory thing.
Right.
Like, so when did you kind of move out of the long dress kind of?
When I got to high school, I
Yeah.
started sneaking pants. Like my aunt, I would leave out to go to the bus stop before she went to work.
Yeah.
So I would sneak the pants in a bag, and I have my brother go throw it down the side window, and then I go around and pick it up, and I go in a cut in the back of the bus stop where the trees was at, and change it to some pants.
For real? And how long you did that for?
I did that probably the whole about 2 years. I did that for about 2 years because, and it was high school, and it was I went to Booker T High
Yeah,
for
yeah.
2 years, so guys was looking at me and stuff, and that's when I realized when I put on a pair of pants that I had a little booty back then. I did, had a little booty back then, so I just I didn't want to always wear dresses and stuff, so I couldn't deal with it no more in high school.
Yeah. So did your peoples ever find out about?
Mhm.
And was that when you stopped? Like,
No, I didn't. It. I think they came to the school one day,
Yeah.
and I mean I'm just twitching in the hallway with them pants on. The principal called me to the office, and it was my aunt. It was my aunt and my other aunt.
Yeah.
And they look, and when you in that religion and you have to wear all dresses and stuff like that, they look at you like you crazy. Like, I know you ain't got no pants on
Yeah.
today. Like, so I got caught a couple times doing it.
So that was pretty much your whole family was a part of that religion.
Mhm.
Oh, dang. So you.
Grandma, granddaddy, yeah, and then they raised my aunts and uncles like that.
Yeah. And you done got caught up wearing some jeans.
Right.
Trying to be grown. So
Mhm.
so like after you came out of high school, cause if I recall, what you had got your associate's degree,
Mhm.
and what was that major then?
Well, after I came out of, I didn't graduate. This is a whole lot of stuff. I didn't
Yeah.
graduate from high school. I got my GED
Mm-hmm.
because I ended up getting pregnant at 16, going into foster care, and by the time I was 18, I got out of foster care. So I didn't get my GED till I was about 25,
Yeah.
and so that's when I went and got my associate's degree and stuff like that.
Okay.
So that didn't really come until later, until after I got my GED and stuff.
Yeah. And I heard that you're in the medical field or you're
Medical assistant.
Yeah. So how did that come about?
I think it was kind of all my family, like my aunts and stuff, and then career day at school. I always dressed up as the nurse for career day. My aunts was
Yeah.
always a nurse, CNAs. They did that, so I think I was kind of like following in their footsteps and stuff. And then when I actually did it, people said, I see your heart and that you have for patients and stuff like that. So that's kind of how that came about.
And that kind of pretty much stuck with you.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Well, until I started rapping.
Yeah,
Until I
yeah,
started
yeah.
rapping.
Cause I wanna.
Yeah.
Now that you done got me interested, cause I wanna hear a lot more about the young Poison Ivy.
Mhm.
So you said fighting.
Mhm.
Okay, when you say you got into your first fight, third grade,
Right.
when did that type of habit kind of stop or slow down?
I think after I had kids.
Yeah,
After I had kids and stuff, and back then it was just like you're not caring. You didn't have nobody to really being the stuff I went through. I felt like I didn't really have nobody to live for. But when my kids came along, they
Yeah.
kind of they slowed me down a whole lot. And then I got married at a young age too, so
Yeah.
that slowed at 19. So that slowed me down a whole lot too.
So I know you mentioned foster care. How did that situation come about?
Okay, my mom passed away when I was probably 8 or 9. She passed away, and my aunt and her husband took custody of me. So I probably was doing some things, acting out and stuff like that because of me missing my mom and feeling like I didn't have a mom. And my aunt tried to do the best she could to raise me and stuff like that, but we just kept bumping heads and stuff like that. I would run away from home. So she told me, you run away from home again, I'm gonna give you up to the state and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that's what happened. They put me in a detention home for 30 days, and they put me with the state. And so I was in. That's how I went in foster care. But I just kept running away from home.
Yeah. So and that was around what age when?
15. I was running away from home, running the streets. I found out I was pregnant about like 15 and a half. Had my son at 16. So by the time I was pregnant with him, because she didn't know I was pregnant at the time. Because I ran away that last time, and I just feeling like so weak inside. I didn't know I was pregnant. I thought something else was wrong with me. I was like, I'm sick, and the police caught me. They was like, you a runaway. I was like, just call my aunt and tell her I want to come home. I'll do right. I'll wear these dresses. I'll do whatever she want me to do. And she was like, She did it. Just give her away to the state. And it kind of like, you know what I'm saying? It broke my heart. It broke my heart. So, she gave me away to the state, and that's when I went to foster care. No, that's when they put me in a detention home.
Yeah.
And I told the girls in the detention home, I said, something is wrong. My stomach feel hard. My boobs getting a little hard. Something going on.
Yeah.
They sent me to the nurse, and that's when I found out I was pregnant.
Oh, so pretty much the girls was like, you need to go on ahead.
Yeah.
See the
Yeah. I didn't know what was going on.
and how was life when cause what you say you had your son, so you have what, one or two, or how many children do you have?
I have 4.
You have 4.
I have 4.
Okay, so we'll talk about your oldest. When you had your son, like how was it being a mom at that age?
It was hard. But I already had in my head that I wasn't gonna give him up for adoption or abortion.
Yeah.
I was a good mother. Had some hiccups along the way.
Yeah.
But overall, I was a good mother. I didn't want to give him up and stuff like that. It was hard. I couldn't. I seen my little homegirls going outside and at the park playing with the guys, and I got a baby in the stroller.
Yeah.
So other than that, I just said I'm gonna do what I gotta do to raise him. I'm not gonna give him away. I'm not gonna put him up for abortion and nothing like that. I'm just gonna do what I gotta do to raise him.
Cause sometimes kids are a blessing, man. Cause I got 3 of my own, and it's like a lot of people, like, I don't know, like, it's hard sometimes, but when you sit and you look at them, you like, I fuck with you, bro. Like, you don't know how much I fuck with you, though.
Right.
So
that's how it is with mine.
And when that situation came along, like, how did you kind of get to that place where you're like, okay, I'm an adult now, I need to tighten up my shit? Like, around what age did that mindset come on?
I think after I kind of got married.
Yeah.
I kind of got married at 19. It was just like, and he was an older man, so, it kind of slowed me down a lot, because he taught me a lot,
Yeah.
And I was already mature for my age, being that I had a baby at 16, so I was already mature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what kind of the things that he kind of taught you to, kind of better yourself as as a mother?
Just basically, just being a family woman. I
Yeah.
think I learned that from him. And, as far as how he treated me, like a queen and stuff like that. And just basically how he treated me like you're somebody. You
Yeah.
got somebody that love you. You're somebody.
Real shit.
So, and I just wasn't really ready at the time because I was still young,
Yeah.
But, that's what I learned from him, just basically, how to be a family woman. And from that, that's why I'm big on family now. I'm
Yeah.
big on my kids and my family.
Most definitely. So like before rap into the picture,
Mhm.
like what was your outlet when life got loud?
It probably had to still be music.
Yeah.
It probably had to still be music. I read a lot of books and stuff back then and stuff like that. But it because I grew up loving music and rap music before I even knew that I could rap.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So like, did you always knew that like you was gonna start rapping, or was this something that kind of like just like you can spit like?
Yeah.
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 And when did that point in time happen?
In my 30s.
Yeah.
In my 30s. I didn't, I always knew waking up in the morning and stuff like that. Like, some people listen to gospel, some people like don't get me wrong, I love all music. But when I woke up in the morning, I would listen to rap.
Gotta have
It was like Foxy Brown and Eve and Lil Kim stuff I grew up on. So it was like I already knew that I love rap music. But by the time I hit 30, and it was, I ain't gonna say 30 what, but it was during the pandemic.
Yeah.
And I wrote a little freestyle to the Who Run It beat, and I let my brother hear. I was bored, so I was like, let me do something. And he was like, yo, you gotta go record this. I went to the studio and recorded it, and it was up from there.
And the crazy thing is, I wanted to ask a question because, like, that was one of your first videos, if I remember correctly. You did the Who Run It beat, and I had listened to it, and I said, okay. It was a whole lot of confidence I seen that when you put that song out, and then you had made another song. I think it was
It might have been Fed Them to the Streets.
No, it was I think it was Trapetta, and you did the Naughty by Nature beat. That jump. I said, what the fuck? I said, okay, all right, okay, I get you now.
Right.
Like how did that? Did you freestyle that, or was like how did you come?
No, I'm a writer.
Okay.
I'm a writer. So like I said, I used to write poems back then. So I guess that might have been a form of rapping.
Mm-hmm.
But I always wrote poems when I was younger. But yeah, I'm a writer. Definitely a writer.
Shout out to the writers, man, because a lot of people I interview, they do punch in, punch out. Like a lot of people don't understand the art of actually sitting down and writing it, putting
right. Yeah, I'm only trying to punch in and punch out when I have to. We ain't about to go in the studio and keep punching in every line. When I write my music and when I practice it, my daughter tell you, when I go in there, I'm going to kill it. Because they be impressed when I come in the studio. Yeah. They were like, man, most niggas come in here Poison, don't know they lines and all that, and you just came and ran it, because I'm going to practice and make sure that, it can go when I get in there, So you'll think I'm just, it's coming off the top, but I wrote it.
One take child. That's how.
I mean, sometimes I gotta, retake it, but for the most part, they be impressed with me. They're like, I'm like, I ain't come to play.
Yeah.
Shoot.
And like when you wrote your first rap, and you said it was Who Run It? What was that? 3 6 Mafia?
Yep, 3 6 Mafia.
I don't know about no 3 6 Mafia.
3 6 Mafia.
What? On my life. And the crazy thing is, I want to ask you. You met Project Pat. Project Pat is my. I ain't gonna lie. I was upset. I said she didn't met Project. Project Pat is like, he is my idol, especially back from Getty Green and all that. Like, how was it meeting him and that experience?
It was good because I grew up on his type of music and stuff, and it's like, when you always meeting somebody that you felt like you want to meet for a long time, or that you grew up on and stuff like that. And I'm have to realize, like, oh, he in a different stage in his life than what he was on back then. Because when I met him, I went up to him and I was like, I said, I fuck with your performance, but why you ain't do make that ass clap, make it snap, talk to me now. And he just looked at me and he was like, here, I got this book for you, this Christian book. I said, okay, you in a different stage in your life now. I'm trying to make that ass, you know. But, it was still good meeting him, though. You know what I'm saying? So, it was, that's the type of music I grew up on. Then people tell me, I sound like Gangsta Boo. I don't hear it. Yeah, they tell me that all the time. I don't hear it, though.
Because it's the aggressiveness in it.
Mm-hmm.
So, because I know, because Project Pat definitely reformed itself. Like, I've been seeing them do, talking to people in prison, becoming a minister or a pastor. And I completely understand. I know that was like, because I would ask the same thing too. Like, why you ain't playing?
Mm-hmm.
But I guess when you get to that certain point where you did all that stuff and it's kind of.
Right.
Yeah.
He was in a different stage in his life. I'm not respected.
And I want to ask, like, what version of yourself existed right before you decided to take music seriously?
As far as like what I think, I would say like I was going through like I wouldn't say like depression and stuff like that. Because I had just left my job at the medical office and stuff like that for, crazy reasons.
Yeah.
Because I felt like I wasn't being, appreciated and stuff there. And, people were kind of like racist there. But I think that's the kind of where I was going with it. You know, I was, I wasn't in a good space for real. And then when I started writing that music, it kind of gave me that outlet to kind of say what I wanted to say. Because I felt like people didn't listen to me anyway coming up. So this is, the time for them to hear me.
Yeah, and my bad for cutting you off. I apologize. And like when you write, is it to make a statement or is it to warn people about who you are?
I thought it was at first to make a damn statement, but sometimes I just get up there and just be talking about any damn thing. Yeah. I say, look, I want people to hear me now, and then I don't really be saying shit. Maybe some pussy and ass, excuse me, but stuff that people like. You need to rap about something different, it's, and I think it's just me. You feel what I'm saying? Just how I am, and with when they call me Poison Ivy, you dangerous with me and stuff. So I kind of rap about that a lot, and just that aggression, just getting it out, like.
And I completely understand because as far as from hearing about when you was younger. Like being like on that strict type and then you able to come and express yourself in a form fashion, it's actually you, the real you, being able to express yourself. So I completely understand why you come with all that aggression. You like, man, I've been having to wear skirts and doing all that.
Yeah, gonna hit me now.
Yeah, facts. And like, what did you what is it? Did you start in, 2020 or was it 2021?
2020.
2020. And, like, who was one of the first people or one of the first persons that you kind of hollered at was like, yo, I want you to hear this jump for me real quick. See if I...
My brother. Your brother. My little brother. He was always... He rapped way before me. He... so talented with his music, he rapped way before me, so he was the first. He was already rapping and doing stuff, so he was the first person I thought to call, when I wrote it, and he was like, you gotta go record that, so, and then when I dropped it, everybody was like, oh, you can rap. It was just supposed to be something fun to do during the pandemic, because I was bored, they shut everything down, and then people was like, nah, you gotta keep coming with that, and here I am, I just kept going.
Yeah, so do you, I want to ask kind of like a thinking question. Do you enjoy the journey to becoming who you want to be, or do you enjoy the person you see at the end of the road that you're traveling to? If that makes sense.
I've been enjoying the journey.
Yeah.
I've been enjoying the journey, while I can also still see what I'm gonna become to be, because if I don't go through this journey, you'll never know. I wanted to give up so many times, but people come to me like, Poison, I see so much in you, don't give up. So, it's like the journey, I'm enjoying the journey because I feel like that's going to lead me to where I really want to be.
Facts.
And I was doing it, when I started, I was doing it for fun. I love it. I still love it. It's fun to me.
Yeah,
getting to make a video, shaking, got the dance. It's fun, just expressing yourself. But now being that I've been doing it since 2020, I'm getting back into incorporating the business side.
Yeah.
Now I want to make money. I want to make a living off of it.
All right. So it was something I wanted to ask you. When, as far as you being in the rap scene and meeting and gathering and seeing different artists, like when people try to box you in as an artist, what box do you immediately reject? Like when people, like what's some of the things that you reject as far as you coming up, being an artist that you see people kind of put towards you negative?
That's hard to say. Like as far as like the type of music.
Huh? Nah. If I can give a better example, I would say, oh, she do too much on stage, or oh, she do this, or oh, she do that. Like, what's like that negative box that you try to keep away from you on your journey?
I can't really think of nothing other than when I be going viral and they just call me fat. They don't say nothing else. They don't say she ugly or she can't rap. It's always about the weight. I don't really know. You see what I'm saying? Like, cause I'm just a strong black woman, so it's hard kind of for me to get boxed in.
Yeah,
and it's I'm gonna make the best of any situation.
Facts.
But the most negativity that I've heard that people try to is and then she's too old to be rapping. Yeah. That ain't gonna make me stop rapping.
Yeah,
so.
Definitely. Yeah.
I hear those two the most. She's big girl and she too old to be rapping. Yeah.
And like on another note, like what part of your artistry do people like notice, like when you come forefront, like when you hop on stage, like I say Dead Money KD, when he come on stage, people notice his hypeness, like like he's so energetic. Like when you hop on that stage, what is the first thing that people notice about you?
Poison Ivy Trap Batter, Queen of motherfucking VA. That's what I'm gonna say every time, and I don't care who it offends in the building. I'm gonna say Poison Ivy Trap Batter, Queen of motherfucking VA every time when I get on the stage. Get up there, do my dumb little twerk. They say, oh, you little short, thick thing. She thick. They probably like, oh, she's short, thick, and sexy. And she lit. So.
Oh my, like I love your your energy is good. And like, how do you protect your voice when the industry pushes, certain type of trends instead of the truth?
What do you mean? Go into that a little more. Like protect them. Like, what do you mean?
Like, if I can kind of elaborate on it more, like, how was your feeling when, not as far as the local scene, but as far as like national, like when people try to influence more of what trends and stuff that really don't even matter, instead of portraying the truth to people. Like say how a lot of rappers rap about gangster and violence and stuff, like, and they really don't do it. Like I just want to know, like, what's your opinion on that? Does that help the rapper's career, even though they're lying about their lifestyle, or do you think that's something that if they didn't do it in real life, they shouldn't be rapping about?
Well, I'm looking at it as the entertainment part, because some people, like when I might get up and say certain things, like, oh, so when I try to incorporate stuff in my music, I might say, oh, my niggas gonna do this, or my niggas might do that, I might not necessarily say I'm gonna do it, but my nigga might do it, because I always try to portray who I am, but I don't think that, I just think that it's part of the entertainment. And when you really look deep into, how the industry is ran, that's what it is. It's just part of, people are just selling their soul now for the entertainment, bitches doing this, niggas, you might have to bend it over, and, and it's a lot of that going on. Yeah. So it's just like, I think some people it's just for the entertainment, and they know if I get up here and say this, if I get up here and I got a nigga licking my ashy feet, this might go viral. Yeah, put some hot sauce on that, stuff like that. They know what's gonna go viral. Yeah. So it's entertainment a little bit to me, but like sometimes like with my daughter rapping and stuff like that, I told her, she do got guys that she hang around with that's like that and stuff like that, but I'm like, you don't want to project that too much on yourself, because sometimes that can come. You know, you gotta. I think you just kind of gotta know how to do it.
Yeah.
Sometimes that can bring the wrong type of energy when you rapping about certain type of stuff.
Facts.
You know, it can bring the wrong energy on you.
Yeah, cause energy is definitely real.
Right.
The energy
right.
is definitely real, and when you and well, you a religious woman, so you know words are very powerful, even when you try not to mean nothing bound. And
see, another thing with the entertainment part, like people with my Facebook, they'll be like the girl was just telling me, she was like, you are so like a well put together woman, like you just, you know, you're very smart and bright, and but people wouldn't think that from my Facebook and what I post.
Yeah.
You know, it's all entertainment. You know, I'm trying to get paid for Facebook type stuff, so it's you know, it's Poison Ivy. But when they meet Chanel, it's like, oh, you just, you know, so it's kind of sometimes what people want to portray to kind of go viral, make it, because sometimes you gotta do something a little strange.
Yeah, and
you do. You gotta do something a little strange to get up there.
Oh my life! And the crazy and the crazy thing that you mentioned that is because Floyd Mayweather said pretty much the same thing. He was like, "I'm not a boxer. I'm an entertainer. I come to give you what you want to see. Like, I'm not looking, like he said, I'm not looking to get hit. I'm just looking to win and give y'all a show. And as far as when you put it in, you know, perspective, I just come here to entertain y'all. At first, it was just me doing it because I enjoyed it. But now that I see y'all enjoy it, I'm gonna keep giving y'all the same thing.
Right.
And I definitely understand that.
Right.
And like, what does standing out mean to you without selling yourself short?
Just like when I walk in a room, you know, you gotta, if you saying that you the queen of VA and stuff like that, when you walk in the room, that's what you gotta portray.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When I walk in that room, you know, I want to stand out by my confidence. You know, that's the main thing. People tell me you're very confident. You know, you're very confident for a big girl, which I don't know what that means. Yeah, but, you know, they just, you know, I'm very confident, so I'm just going to stand out, you know. And if even if you don't feel like, it's been days where I say, look, I ain't even got it like that.
Yeah.
But you think when I walk up in the room, you think it's going to look like that? Yeah. I'm down today. I might be broke as hell, but I ain't going to go to the show looking like it. Facts. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's how you know what I'm saying? Like somebody told me, you like, once you put that energy out there, that's how people gonna look at you. Yeah. Once you walk in that room and everybody see that energy, you walk in there like you know, you the queen and this and that, then people gonna start looking at you like that. Yeah. But you have to believe that yourself and put that out there.
Yeah, cause pretty much like how you said, it's a business. This is your business. You can't, like certain businesses have uniforms. Right. You got to come in there with that uniform on, because that's what people recognize. You can't come in there with pajamas on. They like, hold on, where you work at? You don't work here. So it's crazy that you said that, because it's true. Like when you look at it as a business way, when you put that product out there, which is you are the product, and people see you a certain way, you got to keep that up. Keep that up. And a lot of rappers and a lot of artists don't understand that when you go into that lifestyle, you have to live by that lifestyle. Especially when it's you as the product. It's different if, you know, you got another artist, or you can tell them, do like this, do like that, or you selling something.
Yeah, because that's what they want to see. Yeah. That's exactly what they want to see. They want to see, you know, you every time. That's just like that artist that come in there and, you know, they got that one song I like. And then they get up on the stage and say, oh, I'm about to perform something new. And I'm like, man, no, not right now. Perform the one we like. The one we like. You know. So it's kind of like that. We want to hear the song that we like. Yeah. But, you know, it's, you know, you just be you, you know, and you know what you got to do. See, a lot of people don't understand it. And I'm glad that I started rapping at a later age, because I feel like I would start rapping younger. I wouldn't have understood, you know, the business like I understand it, you know. You know.
So I wanna kind of know, when you did your first performance, where was it, and how was you feeling going into it?
I think it was a Halloween show. I think I came and I was dressed like a like an army girl, you know. Because one thing about it, you know, I'm always, like now, I'm always had these legs showing, and my thighs showing. So I think I had like an army suit on. And then it was, I don't know if you heard of General XO. He was a DJ. He's one of the DJs, I think, from Williamsburg. Yeah. And he was like, he looked at me because he calls himself the General XO, and I had an army costume. And he was like, salute me when you see me. And I was like, salute, you know. So, and I remember that. And and I think when he did that, it kind of amped me up. I'm always the type person, I will admit, you know, people amp me up. You give me that, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
It's hard when, you know, especially if you on stage performing and, you know, people just looking at you while you rapping.
Oh,
but when you got that person, you know what I'm saying, that's right there amping you up, you're going to get 10 times amper. But I'm trying to learn how to get amped without a crowd.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to learn.
And the crazy thing is, it's a lot of people out there that needs those people. Like, you don't find too many people that can go to a show by themselves and rock by themselves. Right. Just off their own motivation. But you see a lot of people, I gotta bring such and such, I gotta bring this person out because I know he gonna give me the hype. But when you find that center of control where you get
the hype person.
Yeah. Like, I ain't gonna lie, everybody do need at least one hype person. You gonna need at least
hype me up. But back to what you were saying as far as how I felt my first, I was nervous.
Yeah.
You know, I was definitely nervous. I'm always nervous. Even, you know how many videos I done did, and I'm nervous every time that camera start rolling. Yeah. But once I get on that stage, it's like that heart pumping every time. But once I open my mouth, it go away. Damn. Yeah, it go away.
And I'm not an artist. I never rapped in front of nobody. Like I did back in the day with my brother, but I was young. But like, I would get so nervous talking. Like even when I do my interviews. I get nervous every time I do my interviews. I don't know why. That's why I give me a little drink or something, have something in me. Yeah. They get me right.
Right.
But it's like once I get to talking and I talk to the person, just like you said, once I open my mouth, it goes, and it's crazy because you get a certain, like once it's all said and done, you get a certain high off it, especially when they rocking with you. Man, you feeling invincible.
Right. The energy too. The energy is crazy.
Yeah. Thanks. And like, what's one creative risk you took that quietly changed everything about you, or about your journey on being an artist?
Just coming out there.
Yeah.
Just stepping out there, like, you know, just putting myself out there. It's hard for an artist to get out here and make music. Every time I know I'm about to drop a new song, I'm nervous. Because I don't know how people if they gonna like it, people gonna fuck with it and stuff like that. Yeah. So I took that risk just by putting my music out there. A lot of people cannot do that. They can, you know, I done hear so many people, they telling me, let me listen to 30 songs they got in the cut. And I'm the type person, what you gonna do when you drop this song yet, my nigga? That's how I am. Did you drop this yet? Like, why you let me listen to this? You gotta drop it. You know, once you put yourself out there, then you'll never know what you can do. And you know, I've been talked about and stuff like that, but that was the biggest risk I took, was just by saying I'm going to start rapping in my 30s. Yeah. That was the biggest risk I took.
Yeah.
You know, it's crazy. Now that you said it, I'm thinking about it like, dang. It's like, no, you in your 20s.
And it's crazy. And you got me messed up now, because like, I'm in my 30s too. And like, I'm going out and I'm nervous. I'm nervous about everything. I'm like, am I gonna have the lights right? Am I gonna have this right for the person? Are they gonna be satisfied with this? And then the hardest part is just jumping out there.
Right.
And it ain't hard at all.
Right.
Either you gonna sink, you know, or you gonna float. And
you just gotta get out there. You never know what the outcome will be. And then 9 times out of 10, it's always kind of a little bit better than what you thought.
Yeah.
Like, man, this ain't even what it seems.
Stressed out.
Yeah, it ain't even what it seems.
And I want to know, like, after your first show, like, how was it? Was it like, I'm finally finished, the people loved it, like, I'm gonna go, you know, whatever like that. Like, how was it?
It motivated me to do more, because when I first came out, I was just doing like freestyles on industry beats, and then somebody hit me up like, yo, I think you should start performing again. I'm like, performing? I'm scared. And then it motivated me to do another show, and then another show, and then another show, and until I started learning how these promoters is.
Yeah.
I said, fuck these shows. I ain't want to do no more shows, but you know, if you see me do a show, it's because I still have to kind of get myself out there and practice. You know, I get out there and I practice.
And random question, when you go on that stage, I need you to tell me the 2 top people that you need to have with you when you go on that stage.
As far as like motivation.
Yeah, like the 2 people, like if I go do something or I go shoot a video, I gotta have my brother Fast Money Chubb with me. I gotta have my homeboy Sid with me. Like, who are those 2 main people that you like? I need you to come out. I'm about to have a show.
Well, I would have to say this. When it first started, it was my sister. It's always her, Milk Marie, because she's lit and she turned me up every time.
Yeah.
And then it's always the dancer. It's always the stripper that you see shaking ass. Because you got to realize, when I first started out, I didn't have that. I didn't come with a big group of entourage with me.
Yeah.
So I came out rapping by myself. So I wasn't used to having people on the stage with me. But when my sister come up there, or when them dancers come up there, they turn me up every time.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's just anybody that, you know, I feel that's going to motivate me at the time. But it's definitely my sister. She want you know, it's when she get on that stage, it's just something different with me and her. Like, we get ratchet. I can get ratchet with her.
Yeah,
we get ratchet. Yeah.
So, and ain't nothing wrong because that's your sister. You comfortable. And I know that you said you always been a fan of music, to the point where you kind of had kids and your daughter, she raps now. Like, when did that start and how did that begin?
I remember one time I set them all. I got 3 daughters. I set them all at a table, and they said they like music, and I said, okay, well, write something. And then they all wrote a little freestyle. You remember that name? Y'all, they all wrote a little freestyle and stuff like that. And so, with Bree, my other daughter Bree, she does like a lot of stuff, but she'll get on BandLab and do her stuff. And you know, so I did a song with her, and then I did a couple of songs with my daughter Nay, and I got a song with my other daughter too. But I didn't just want to push that on them. I wanted to be like, you know, if this is something that you really want to do, then do it. I'm not gonna push it on you. But with Nay, she's always in her room writing. I go in there, she got her headphones on. Like, you see with her headphones, she got her headphones on writing stuff. And I'm just not, I'm like, girl, I'm not going to push this unless you serious about it. Yeah. And then one day, I just like, let me hear this. And I'm like, what in the world? Yeah. So, I you know, sometimes you got to listen to your kids as a parent, because if I didn't hear what she was writing down, I would have never known. I thought she just being there just writing anything, but she really be writing stuff, and she can sing a little bit. So I'm like, okay, now I know, you know, when I'm retired, I'm gonna go ahead and push her.
Yeah. And the crazy thing that you said that, I did want to ask. You know how pretty much being an artist is a competition. Like, have y'all ever had like a little friendly, like, I'm gonna see who can rap a little bit?
Who, me and my daughters?
Yeah.
We never got to that point yet. Like, we just like best friends. You know, we so close, we best friends. Like, we just encourage each other so much. And I'll get in there, I'm like, Nene, how this sound? And she be like, Mom, how this sound? I'm like, no, take this out, or you should say this. And she'll help me. She's like, no, I think you should say this. This is what the young kids say now. You know, so it's like we help each other. So, but I did tell her the other day when she wrote that little song, I said, Nene, your jank sound better than mine. It's like, no, Mama, you rap. And it's always that. It's never been that competition yet. It's just like, no, Mama, you rap better than me. And I'm like, no, you rap better than me. So we always do that.
Cause you know how like dads and sons is. Like, when dad get older, I can do more push-ups than you. I can do such and such. Like, I was just thinking, like, since y'all had that connection with each other, you like, I think she might be trying to get a little too good.
Nah, I did tell her though that she rapped better than me, but we never really had like that, you know, because being that we so close and like, you know, best friends, we just, you know, always encourage each other. You know, and I had to tell her not to tell you. I was like, Nene, and she's like, Mom, no, you know you rap better than me. I'm like, nah, Nene, you just killed me on this one, Nene.
And how long has it been since you sat down all the girls and was like, I want y'all to write something, you know, if y'all do enjoy doing this?
Well, Bria, she'll usually just come to me. My oldest daughter, she's not really into it no more. She did a song with me, but she's not really into it. Namore's into writing, and Bree, she just records her little. She reminds me of Dage Loaf, you know, like like she reminds me of that, and Nate's more like that hardcore rapper type stuff. So
I seen.
Yeah. So like when she say, "Mom, I want to do something," just like with Nate, I took her to the studio the other day with me, and she recorded something. So it's like if they tell me like this is what I really want to do, then I'll do it. But as far as us just like really writing together, I don't think we ain't did that in a while.
Yeah.
But she like the other day when we was writing together, you was writing your song and I was writing my song. Like we'll do that, you know.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And it's one thing that I do want to touch on. When No Bad Publicity volume dropped.
Mhm.
What was the first emotion you felt? Not the public, one, but the real one you felt deep inside you when you first seen it.
It made me, proud because it's like some people, one thing you're gonna learn about me, any type of way that somebody wants to promote me, I'm down with that. I'm not too big headed where, you know what I'm saying, if you're telling me, hey, I'm just starting this up and I wanna, interview and stuff like that. I'm not too big headed where I don't, I'm like, okay, you know what I'm saying? I'm grateful.
Yeah.
I'm very grateful, and that's how I got this far. So I was just grateful. You know what I'm saying? I'm grateful for anything. You can go out there and say, you can go on your Facebook right now and say, shout out to Poison Ivy Trap Battle. And I'll reshare that. I'm grateful. Like, she'll tell you, like, I love it. You know.
And that's that humbleness.
Yeah.
That humbleness.
Yeah.
And like, I say that because like I had an incident like that. Mm-hmm. I had a jump where like when I first started, I had hit somebody up. I ain't gonna say no names. I hit somebody up, and like they just ghosted me. They ghosted me. I was like, yo, I can get an interview with you. I definitely love to get an interview with you. Such and such like that. And it was, on my side, 804, somebody that I knew, somebody, somebody that you knew. And I ain't heard nothing from them. And then, I started putting on my content and stuff, started getting consistent. People started seeing it and stuff like that. Then, like, yo, bro, I got a story to tell. I got a story. And I'm like,
they don't see your vision until you start,
Yeah, and that was just a crazy. You just made me remember.
So they see other people hopping on what you got going on.
Facts.
And then when they see Poison Ivy Trap Battle on the Bud Show, and they about to come be up there, it's always like that. I'm trying to tell you, it's always like that. They see me. I done seen people, man. I'm like, I know I didn't see this person on the flyer, but as soon as I post my flyer, here go people hitting up. Oh, what's this number on this flyer? Poison Ivy. It's like, Poison Ivy gonna be in the building.
Yeah.
So it's like they don't want to support you until it's popular to support you.
Yeah, and that's the crazy part because it be people like really close to you. You like,
right.
Damn, like
they ain't the ones that's gonna support you. It's always gonna be a stranger.
Stop talking.
It's always gonna be a stranger.
Stop talking, Poison. Cause you killing it. Cause that's how it was. Mm-hmm. When I first started, I tell everybody, when I first started, I got more love out here in the 757 area than I did in the 804. When I started interviewing and talking to people in the 75, then people in the 804, oh shit, da 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 da. I'm like, bruh, like, we grew up with each other. We know each other. And it's crazy that you said that. It's crazy.
And they'll be in your inbox telling you, oh, I rock with you, do you this and that, and still won't come out to support you. I'm like, look, just get out my inbox at this point, Like, most of my fans, they from all over the world.
Yeah.
They from all over the world. And then I'm thinking, like, when people like, oh, bring out, get your fans out to the show. Like I said, I do got fans in VA, but most of my fans are all over the world, which my analytics tell me. And I'm like, I'm hitting up people like, yo, can you come to my show? Shorty, I'm in Minnesota.
Yeah.
I'm your fan. Shorty, I'm in Chicago. So I'm like, okay, now I realize, like, that's why, you know what I'm saying, a lot of my fans can't show up to these shows because they're not even in Virginia.
Yeah.
They're somewhere totally else. So now I got to start moving to where they at. And they ask me, when you coming to Memphis, when you coming here, when you coming. they're all over, you know. And they showed me the most love than VA had. Yeah, VA, when I came in, they you know, a lot of people had their little cliques and groups and stuff like that, so they didn't really, they clicked me out, because I'm always been a lane by myself.
Yeah.
I don't need a clique, I don't need a group of females with me on stage.
Yeah.
I don't need none of that, so they won't fucking with me. They still ain't, you know.
Yeah.
But I had to put myself out there. They was like, oh, this girl coming out rapping, what's she talking about? And when you kept going, oh, now you see I'm serious. Mm-hmm. And so then I made them take me seriously. Mm-hmm. I made them take me seriously.
You was preaching, yo.
I made them take me seriously.
Cause what Marshawn Lynch said, you ain't gonna be able to take me hitting you over and over and over again. Sooner or later you gonna break, you gonna fall.
Right.
And that's how you gotta do. You stay consistent and keep pushing that material out, keep pushing that content out, keep doing what you're doing. Man, they ain't gonna.
And I listen.
Yeah.
I listen. Like, somebody can come right now. People have came to me and was like, Poison, I got an idea for you. I think you should do this type of song and this. And if I feel like that idea can get me somewhere, guess what? I'm gonna go and record. I remember, I'll never forget, one time Soulja T had sent me a beat to my son. There's a song, Big Pressure, I got. He sent me a beat. I got that beat. I recorded the song, and I did a video within 1 week. They was like, oh, you just get the beat, write the song, and do. Like, that's how I am. Like, I'm going to take your advice and run with it. You know, I listen. And that's what got me this far. I'm not too big-headed where I can't take advice from somebody. Because if you can't take advice, you're not going to get nowhere. You know, some shit you got to let go in and out the other ear. But for the most part, I listen. They was like, Poison, you are teachable. You know, even at my big age, I still ain't never been a rapper before. So if I don't know something, I'm going to ask. I ain't playing. I'm going to ask people. I'm like, how you do this? They're going to get tired of me asking questions. They're going to get tired.
Oh, my God.
What you say now was this? I'm going to understand it.
And I want to know, like, how do you separate, you know, critics from noise without losing your edge? Like, how do you separate those haters or those critics without losing who you
are? I think that taught me, like, when I went viral a couple of times.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I had my people around me. It's like, just stop reading the comments. Just stop reading the comments. You know, you know who you are. You know who you are at home with your family. You know that this is, you know, who you are as an entertainer. Stop entertaining the comments.
Yeah.
And sometimes I slip up a little bit with that, but you know, I just, you know, people tell you that, don't, you know. I remember one time I went viral on World Star, man, I couldn't help it. I was laughing at the comments. I was laughing. They said I looked like Missy Eat a Lot, some more stuff. I was laughing at it. So I said, look, I'm about to have me a drink and smoke me and laugh at the comments. Sometimes you just gotta, you know, when you know that you in that avenue. But like, you know, when I came out and did a video on My Block Live and I did it in Newport News.
Yeah.
I stay in Newport News, but I'm not from Newport News. So everybody's like, I don't know her. I'm not from Newport News, but I shot the video where I stay at now.
Okay.
And I did, you know, get on some people right there because I just didn't want them. I'm gonna stand up for what I feel is right. Don't think you about to play me and say that I can't shoot a video in this city or this city, this city. You see what I'm saying? I'm going to any city. I shot a video in every city for real. So I had to defend that. But when it comes to like, oh, she fat like they usually do, or you gotta let that go.
Yeah.
You gotta let that go.
Because it's always, as long as I like red and you like blue, it's always going to be a difference. And,
right.
And I done seen some, I done seen some shit, man. But like, what does it take, you know, to write from someone else's voice without losing your own, if that makes sense?
What you mean someone else's voice?
Like, okay, you know how there's so many different artists out here in the world, and it's, you know, singers, rappers. Like, how do you distinguish your voice from everybody else? Like, what makes your voice unique?
I think it's when I listen to the beat and I just go by what the beat tells me to do.
Yeah.
And it just give me that same sound every time. I just if I stay true to what that beat tells me to do, I'm gonna always come out sounding like Poison.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I done wrote a couple of songs for people and stuff like that, and when I hear it back, and I'm kind of like, you know, it kind of sounds like me.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
because it's just, you know, so, and I'll try to tell them, you know, just make it sound swag in your own way because it sounds like Poison right now. You know,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, like, when I hear that beat, it's going to tell me what to do every time. Now, if I go on it, oh, I want to sound like I never go in there and say, I want to sound like Lil Wayne today.
Yeah,
Or I want to
yeah.
sound like this person. I'm going to listen to what that beat tell me to do, and I'm going to be myself.
Yeah. So, and as far as when you said it, like, when people hear ghostwriting, like, what do they misunderstand the most about
I don't know.
it? Yeah.
Misunderstand the most about ghostwriting?
Yeah, like some people like it shows a bad reflection on the actual artist.
Okay.
Yeah.
That blank that got me. Okay. I can't, you know, I like ghostwriting because I feel like ghostwriting has made me more money than anything.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, but I understand it. You know what I'm saying? Because at first when I came, I was like, damn, I didn't know so many R&B singers did that.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm like with people that I write for, they'll tell me what they want me to rap about,
Yeah.
their life, and I'll do it that way.
Yeah.
They might know the idea of what they want to say, but don't know how to put it out there and know how to rap about it. You know, I always encourage people. I do stand on that to kind of write your own music, but I ain't gonna really look down on it too much.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
because I am a ghostwriter, but I do encourage people to kind of, you know, just write your own music. Just, you know, like my daughter, you know, she say, Mom, I'm not rapping, I'm just talking.
Yeah.
And so she'll just you know, write, you know. But I don't
Yeah.
I don't want to, you know,
Yeah.
to you know, offend anybody, you know.
Yeah.
But I am kind of big on people writing their own music, you know, because I feel like, you know, that's getting you out there and you're expressing who you are. But also when they come to me and say, look, this is what I've been through in my life. This is, you know, who I am.
Mm-hmm.
Can you put that together for me?
Yeah.
And I can do it that way. Then you just telling me, just write me a song. No, I'm putting in this song what you told me to talk about.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah.
And me personally, I don't have no problem with ghostwriting.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have any issue. Like, I'm just trying to get an understanding of, like, you remember when what was dude name? Cause I was having this conversation with another person I was interviewing. But what was dude name when he was like, he wrote some like, what was it, Chris Brown songs, dark skinned guy, and he was talking about how he wasn't compensated how he was supposed to. Like, the question leads me to ask you, say you ghostwrite a song for a certain person, and that song, I mean, like, puts them on the, like, celebrity status. How would you feel if you wrote that song and it got that much attention to the point where it took him, I'm talking about, like, took him out the hood, took him, mama got a nice house, everybody got a nice house. I'm talking about living large. Like, how would you feel if he gave you no credit? Like, he paid you whatever you wanted, but you was like, damn, like, I ain't know that was gonna blow like that though.
Yeah, I would feel some type of way.
Yeah.
I would feel some type of way, but if that's how I chose to do it, like, cause when I start ghostwriting, people tell me like, no, Poison, you gotta get, you know, make sure they give you credit when they drop the song on a platform. They gotta give you credit and stuff, regardless of, you know, what they paid you. So if I decide to say, hey, I'm gonna, you know, write this song for you and you only give me this amount of money, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna feel some type of way if you blow off of it, but I can't be mad at nobody for myself because I didn't go about it, you know what I'm saying, the right way of getting it, you know.
Cause I be mad as bitch.
And I'm like, but you know, the people that I have, you know, that, especially one person, you know, I know that they'll look out for me. You know, they'll look out for me.
And I want to kind of ask you a deep question.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know what's your difference between honesty and oversharing. Like, from somebody who is very open about their lifestyle. Like, how do you feel about people that's, you know, honest, but they get to the point where they're oversharing information that they don't need to be actually talking about? Or
yeah,
at least,
it's always good to be honest, but yeah, don't share too much, you know, especially with the people that, you know, you don't know if you can trust them or not. So I don't know. I mean, it's always good to be honest about certain things, but just don't do too much.
Yeah,
And I just tell you, I'm a laid back person, so I can't deal with over the top. You're doing too much right now. You know, leave it at where it's at. We good where we at. Don't go overboard with it. You know, so I don't know, and I can't say about oversharing because I'm an open book. So it might be some things that I might say to you like, hey, you didn't say too much now, Poison. You should have said that.
Yeah.
Especially when that drink in my system, I be saying something.
Get the talk.
Yeah,
so. Talk to me.
So, you know.
And, like, so, when you listen to your older music,
Mm-hmm.
like, what do you hear now that the audience might miss when you listen to it?
Me flowing better on that beat. Me not sounding like I ain't confident.
Yeah.
Me not sounding like I'm reading off paper. You know, I hear the difference now. I listen to, you know, but I felt like when I did come out back then, you know how some people, when they come out, you feel like they was true to themselves in the beginning than they is now. You know, now they didn't, like Glorilla, they came and got the BBL now since they didn't, you know, you was true to yourself back then. I had a lot of, you know, I wasn't in the videos like showing any skin and stuff like that. I was just true to just rapping and just, and then once you get in the, you know, door and you see what it is, you like, okay. And my brother had to tell me one time, he was like, you know, I understand what you're doing, but, you know, sometimes, you know, maybe show a little cleavage, because, you know, that's what...
Yeah.
You know, show a little cleavage, look a little sexy, you know, we don't want no rah woman all the time.
Yeah.
So, that's probably, you know, that was me first starting out, and I in the beginning, I think I got a lot of my emotions out in the beginning. So now I'm just, like, really having fun with it. I understand what it is now, so it's like, here I am, you know, I'm having fun with it, and I know the business now. You know, at first I just wanted, you know, I got a pain song I want to put out and the world needs to hear this. Yeah. And now it's just like I'm on the business part of it while having fun and still talking my shit.
Facts. And I want to kind of ask you a real quick off-subject question. Mm-hmm. And the reason I'm asking you, because I don't have too many female artists that I interview. Okay, I seen a clip. What's Moneybag Yo old lady?
Ari.
Okay.
Yeah.
She was on I don't know if it was a podcast or she was on whatchamacallit, and the lady was talking about going to Dubai, and you know, you sing, so you must have seen the way you.
Hold on. Said that she was going to Dubai.
All right. So the ladies was talking about not going to Dubai, but they were talking about the subject of, you know, females going to Dubai and, you know, getting defecated and certain stuff.
Yeah.
And Ari was like, I ain't gonna quote it, but for what she said was, for the right price, she was like, like, how, like, as a female, like, how do you, like, so, I'm not gonna put you in this situation, but I'm just saying you happen to have a homegirl that was like, yo, Poison, dude offer me $10 million. I go to Dubai, it's gonna get a little graphic or whatever. But I need you to be there with me. And I give you 5 of the 10 million.
If I ain't gotta do it. If I ain't gotta do it.
You ain't gotta do it with you. You gotta be in the vicinity. Like, you gotta be there.
Oh, watching it?
Yeah, through the whole thing.
I ain't doing it though.
No, you ain't doing it, but your homegirl, somebody that's close to you, that trusts you, and like, yo, Poison, 10 mil, I give you 5, but I just need you to come with me. And like, what's your thoughts on that, or your opinion?
But do you listen to my music?
Yeah,
okay,
yes,
so
ma'am.
you already probably, that's what my music might tell you. I might go get the money, you know.
Yeah.
But I would still, you know.
You're not doing it though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not doing it, but it's like I would, you know, still have to ask her, like, you sure this is the type shit you want to do? You know, I'm gonna ask her, you know, but because at the end of the day, you can't stop nobody from doing what they want to do.
Really. I'm sorry.
It's about $5 million. You sure that's what you want to do? But it's just all, you know what I'm saying, that comes down to what you stand for as a person.
Yeah.
You know, I might be joking there and say I might take the money, then I'm looking at like, you know, if I don't want to see nobody get that type of stuff on them, and you know what I'm saying. If I don't think I'm gonna roll with that because I don't want to see it, you know. But
and the only reason I ask you is it's an off topic question because I don't get too many females, and I wanted to know, like, do females actually, like, is money that important? I'm not gonna lie to you. This is not me. Say this is a friend, and somebody offered my homeboy $10 million for to have a beautiful lady, whatever, and he was like, "Bruh, I give you 5 of the 10 mil to come." Bruh, you need to go and do that. You need to handle that. They got Dove soap. They got you need to handle that.
And that's true though. Yeah. You know, it's like I just don't know. You know how I would be in that situation.
Yeah.
But just, you know, being about the money and stuff, like, I'm like, hold on, I might have to re-guess it. But
because it's not as far as like, okay, I put it in the perspective as, you know, you being a female, I'm being a man. Like, it's not as in a perspective as, all right, we're actually doing something, you know, physically doing something.
Right.
It's just, you know, some nasty shit. some nasty shit. And it's like, as coming from a guy, like, bruh, it's a girl. It ain't like it's another dude.
Right. You know, right. You have your excuse in your head why I need to work. Yeah,
and that's why I kind of, on Ari end, I kind of somewhat understand what she's saying, because you like, what is the bad thing about it? That I can take a shower, I can get situated, I'll be back. But I'm 10 million up. Like, I can buy a whole new body for 10 million. Like, so that's kind of what I don't blame her for thinking like that. Because there is some females out there, like, that go to those places and actually do that stuff. But I want to get back to the talk.
I just, you know, somebody did ask me to do that one time before, and I'm like, you know, when you doing stuff like that, you in a private, you comfortable, you know, for smoking a blunt, you know, I just couldn't just, you know, squatting. Oh yeah. So I'm trying to say what I was saying too much.
That's crazy work.
Yeah, so that's what they doing to buy, right?
Yeah. And like certain people like a lot of stuff. Like, I didn't know that certain females can get up to $400 or $500 for foot pictures. Like, it's people that actually pay. Like, like
men having foot fetishes.
Yeah, that's crazy. And I want to kind of get back, because I'm about to go.
That'll be better than anything else. You show these toes. Shit.
Stop.
You ain't gotta do nothing for it.
And I want to.
Easy money is always the best. Easy money is the best for me.
Facts. Let me get back to. All right, so try better. Try better. The Naughty by Nature John. That beat hit different. Like, what side of you came out on that record?
Hold on, what side? What?
Alright. When
be a little bit
on my life. On the when you did Try Better, the Naughty by Nature beat.
Okay.
Like, what side of you came out on that song?
I was just letting everybody know I was talking my shit, because, you know, I felt like, you know, I was always, you know, I'm always being overlooked and stuff like that. So I was talking my shit. Their chances getting slimmer. Number 1 contender. Hottest in the city. Shout out to Virginia.
Fact.
Bitch, take a picture like a memorabilia. And then I said some dumb shit like, flip it like it's real estate, trapping out the villa.
Yeah.
But it, you know, it
went straight.
And I was just saying their chances getting slimmer, because you know, I'm always coming and talking shit.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a shit talker. So I'm coming with that shit. I was fed up when I did that. Yeah, their chances getting slimmer.
And the fact
Number
that
1 contender.
And the fact that you said that, I noticed that you're unapologetic. Like, about, like, what you like. Like, what did it cost you to get that comfortable? to be non-apologetic?
Just probably the stuff, stuff I went through in my past.
Yeah.
You know, my aunt, rest in peace to her. Rest in peace to her. Before she died, she would tell me as a young girl, stand up for yourself. Cause I was so laid back then. She was like, I'm a Libra, so I'm the type person you might offend me, and then I won't say nothing until 2 years later. Oh yeah, you remember that time when you offended me? We was back with. Why you didn't say that then?
Yeah.
So I was always like that coming up. Like she was like, no, you speak your mind, speak what you feel, because you're not gonna get the help unless you don't say so. Like any type of issue I have, communication has always been a key to me. Yeah. So I have to talk about it
now. And the fact that you said that, like, what pushed you to take your craft or your art seriously? Like, what was it that pushed you?
I guess the people that motivated me, and they saw something in me that I didn't see in myself. So, it made me, wanted to just, like, okay, like, you like, okay, I might got a little something, but I don't know.
Yeah.
But when people look at me, and anybody can say hey yo, you my homeboy, or you got it. They can just be telling you that because you their homeboy. Yeah. When people look at me and they be like, Poison, you have it, and I believe it from the bottom of their heart. They are saying that stuff to me with so much passion in their heart, and it makes me, want to cry sometimes when they say like Poison, like, cause they mean that shit.
Yeah.
They mean it, and I'm like, man, y'all see so much in me, and it's allowing me to see that in myself. And that's why I always take advice from people, because they tell me all the time, like, and I don't think they're lying. It's not just them, hey, I want to get in your pants. It's been plenty of guys I done pushed my song to in the inbox. Like on, sometimes I gotta, on tag. I don't be up there, but it's like, I used to go up there and promote my music.
Yeah.
So I pushed the song in the inbox. Man, what's this? I said, unless they click on it, oh my bad, shorty, you fire, you. It's always a different tone when they listen to my music. Yeah. Every time they change, they'll be like, "What's this?" And then once they see it, oh man, you fire. And then their whole agenda change once they see how consistent I am and how I have a passion for it. But if it weren't for them people like really looking at me and saying Poison, it's no lie when they tell me that. Ain't nobody telling me no lie. They looking at me and telling me like, you got it. And they saying it from the bottom of their heart. You know how somebody can look at you from the bottom of their heart and tell you something? Yeah. That's how they looking at me. Yeah. And so I'm like, oh my God, it was scary at first. Because, you got to realize, do you really want to be in the limelight? Because you can still be an independent artist and still eat off your music without, making it, being famous in the, in there like that. So is that what you really want to do? Go to the, I'm in the store in Food Line with a bonnet on. Poison Ivy. I'm like, dang.
You real shit. Real.
I said, damn, my aunts always told me, don't always, when you go out, stay ready, because you don't know who you're going to run into. And I'm like, shit, I'm throwing on my bonnet today. Yeah. I'm just coming to get me some shit out of Food Line. Poison Ivy. So.
I know it.
Do you really want to deal with that? Do you really want to be, where you can't be yourself?
Yeah.
So I had to think about that, like, dang, like, I just want to make some money.
Yeah.
I'm on the money part now, I just want to, maybe, this can lead me into doing other things that, like, stuff I got planned coming this year,
Yeah.
But that's where I'm at now, on the money side of it.
So what you got coming this year? No, don't try to tease me with it.
No, it's a lot of stuff, like, everybody knows I cook good,
Yeah.
I just don't have the patience,
Yeah.
I'm like a good ass cook. I've been cooking since 9. I just don't have the patience to get in the kitchen, and just be cooking all day because, that you can get help, but I'm the type person to get out my kitchen when I'm cooking. So I got to do everything myself, prepping because I like my food to taste and, be a certain way when I serve it to people. So, people, Poison, you need to start a restaurant. You open your restaurant, you can start incorporating the rap music and stuff. So, I'm going to get back to selling dinners. I got stuff coming up, projects coming up that, stuff that I don't want to say too much about right now, but in the next couple of weeks, you will see about it. I got little Poison Ivy Trap Better gift baskets that I'm going to be selling, putting like different stuff in the baskets for people, my fans to buy stuff.
Yeah.
And I got another thing coming out. So you know you gonna see it in a you gonna see it in a few because it's like I didn't do this before.
Yeah.
You know I could have been did that. You know, and it's like now like nah, it's no games now. You have to you know what I'm saying get to that bag.
Yeah.
It's no games now. You know so and that was just advice people gave me like the little basket thing. You know putting like you know maybe a T-shirt, CD. You know. Edibles and stuff that I'm making, you know, just you know stuff that you can sell it for. One of my homeboys gave me that idea. Yeah. And I said I took it and ran with it. I tell you, don't give me no idea.
Damn
I'm
right.
gonna take it and
Damn
run with
right.
it.
Especially
like,
if
boy,
it's
you
good.
boy,
Yeah.
you got it going on. You know.
I want to hear more about this cooking. Real quick question.
Mm-hmm.
What's your go-to dish? The dish that you know you can make perfect without a doubt, and it has to have a main, and it gotta have two sides.
My daughter here. Nene, hold on, I'm gonna get that from what you think. I'm gonna say it. What you think your mama's favorite dish is that she go to every time that she?
I know it's cornbread.
Stop playing with them. Hold on. All right, if we got cornbread, let me guess the next at least two dishes. All right, is it fried fish?
Mac and cheese.
Fried
cabbage. Turkey wings.
Ooh.
Like it's something about barbecue meatballs. Everybody
Yeah.
love my bar because I do not do bag meatballs. I hand roll my meatballs, and that's how I do it. You know, I get them. I make my homemade meatballs. So it's the barbecue meatballs, the fried cabbage, oxtails.
Yeah.
But that mac and cheese, the ladies in the church be fighting over the mac and cheese. I'm trying to say don't in there. They be fighting over my mac and cheese. I'm like, y'all, come on now, y'all in church, huh?
You forgetting the green.
Oh, collard greens.
Collard greens.
Mm-hmm.
I like them cabbage. What you put in the cabbage?
I fry mine. I put, you know, well, it don't really matter. You don't really matter because you'll taste it anyway when you see it.
Yeah.
Little, you know, sausage and little peppers and stuff. I just don't, you know, boil my cabbage and, you know, you know, every time people taste it, they be like, man, hold on, I ain't never had no cabbage like this.
What is kind of like sauteed over the junk when you put it in the pan? Damn.
And I know that's my gift. I know that's my gift. And everybody's know it, that, you know, my family, like, when I sell dinners, my daughter will tell you, my whole family popping out.
Yeah.
They're popping out to come buy a plate because they know how good the food is. They will sell me out just by my family alone.
Yeah.
Because they, oh, no, you cooking, and they'll fight over it.
The bud showed me the
so,
plate.
my next interview,
oh my life.
when I introduce what I'm doing next, I'm going to bring you a plate so you're going to taste it.
Facts.
You were like, I'm going to tell you right now, that's, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's addicting now.
Yeah.
That's addicting, that food. I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah.
Once they taste it, it's a whole nother level.
You about to get
like I believe something happened to me one time. I don't know what it is. I might have gotten into like an accident or something. My sister was like, "I'm so glad you okay. Just the thought that you was possibly not gonna be here no more, and I never tasted none of your good cooking." I'm like, "What?"
That's the only thing she.
I'm telling you. So I just had to put it out there, because it's what everybody's saying. You need to do that. But I gotta get into doing it. I gotta get the patience. Like, okay, I'm gonna be in this kitchen slaving all day and making food and stuff like that because that's something I can do so effortlessly. Like it comes so easy to me.
And y'all heard that right. She said when she come back on it, so we got us some.
I'm trying to tell you, better be ready. No, for real. You what certain dish do you like?
Macaroni and cheese, cabbage, cornbread, and some fried fish.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
On my life.
Okay. We got you.
We about to see. and I want to ask you. So being a mother and an artist, how do you balance that artistry side versus the family and personal side?
Like I've been set my daughters down and told them this is and plus being my twins, they're 18 and my oldest daughter is 19 and my son.
Twins.
Yeah, she has a twin, and they're fraternal, so they don't look alike, but they have fraternal twins, and one tall, one short.
Yeah, one might be light, one might be dark. Yeah.
So and I have an oldest daughter that's 19 and my son he's 23. So, I already set them down now like I got little kids, and I already set them down like, look, this is, and I think what's good with them, they know who I am at the crib. They know me. Like, Mom, you ain't about nothing. You ain't doing, nothing. You just a family woman. And they know that. So when they see the music, it's easy for them to understand because they know who I am every day to them of their life. They know that I'm a mom first. They know that, they like when I get in that kitchen and cook for them, I'm still a mother. I'm still going to feed my family. Yeah. Like, my daughter tell you, like, that's just me, So I did explain to them, like, y'all might see, Mama, doing a little this, shaking a little this, and then and they told me, Mom, you grown.
Yeah. You grown.
But my other daughter, Bree, she, I did used to do my little, because that's just entertaining, my little twerk stuff. Yeah. So, they don't have Facebook. Yeah. So that's why you see me cutting up on Facebook all the time. With the Instagram, I had to kind of cut back on that, because they say they got friends and stuff that's following me, their friends, and I understand that. So I'm like, okay, I understand but
this is my job.
But
on my line,
on Facebook and
and I want to ask you something. Like, I don't want to dig too personal, but I want to ask you something. What is your views on as far as racial relationship? Because I know what's your view on that?
Because I'm in one.
Yeah. Okay. And I ain't even gonna lie to you. I ain't mean to cut you off. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking about the same thing too. Shit getting real out here, boss lady. But back to you.
Oh my God. Okay. It's different. It's different at first, because I've never, been in an interracial. Is I'm saying that right? I'm high as hell.
Yeah.
Relationship. So it's different, and if you have to open your heart than what you can imagine, because guess what? It's gonna be different.
Yeah, most definitely.
From what you've been raised like and been in your life and what they've been through, it's gonna be completely different, and you're gonna have to open your heart and your mind to say, okay, am I ready to deal with somebody that's just completely different than me, completely getting me out my comfort zone? Because like with my fiance, he doesn't eat meat, but he eats fish and like vegan. Yeah, he don't eat pork and stuff like that. Yeah. So I said, man, you mean I can't fry chicken with some hot sauce? You feel me? I can't fry you some chicken and hot sauce like I'm used to doing. But if you're, which I'm glad I'm not a cook, because I'll go up there and I make some shrimp and chicken and shrimp and fish Alfredo you like it. And you fuck it up,
right.
But you have to be open to that now. You got to get out of what, if you want to step outside and date outside your race, you got to have to look outside what you're used to. You might be used to that girl, the girl with, the lace fronts, and then you got the girl, she just brush her hair in the morning now, it's different. And that's why I had to tell them, like, I'm a strong black queen, so, you might see lace front, edge control, lashes, and all that shit. We gotta, we can't just throw our shit in the ponytail. We gotta get right. So it's different. If you open your mind, it can work. A lot of, it's getting outside of your comfort space, what you used to. If you always used to dating, a black woman, it's getting you outside your comfort zone. Yeah, and that's how I was. I'm like, I'm outside my comfort zone. He just, but it's fun, but I don't, it's fun, but, now I'm saying right on and, shit like that.
And the crazy
I'm, if you gotta be open. You gotta be open.
Cause with me, I want to, and I want to date one real, talking about cowboy boots, Daisy Dukes type.
Oh yeah. The country type.
Yeah, I don't want the ones that act like us. If you get what I'm saying, I want a real one. And I just be nervous, the family part, going to once y'all get real close and intimate and stuff, going to Thanksgiving or Christmas and going to see the other side, and you like, damn, this shit way different.
It's a big part that a lot of people don't talk about. You just see an interracial couple in public and you just stare at them. Oh, look at that white guy. Look at that black. They don't really talk about what you got to go through behind the scenes, because that's stuff that you may have to deal with. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, how their family might view you, or how your family might view them. Stuff like that. So, but I hope you wouldn't want to date a person, that, because like with my fiance, his family accept me, my family accept him.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
but you do got some people that,
kind of iffy.
Yeah, like,
yeah. You always got them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I see that y'all. I guess y'all enjoy each other, whatever. Because
Mm-hmm.
it was a post, and I even commented on there and shit. I was like, God damn, must be nice. must be. I'm happy for you. I'm gonna keep it like that. I'm gonna keep that part like that. I'm happy for you.
Oh yeah.
So
Hallelujah.
you terrible.
Gotta be open.
Yeah.
Remember that.
You real.
Right.
Because I was like, y'all, my boy. So what opinion did you hold that you refused to water down? Like, what's something about you that you refuse to, let people tear down or go away?
I know what you're trying to say. It just ain't coming out.
Yeah. How would I say it?
Yeah, I'm the type of person you just gotta get straight to the point. Like,
yeah, like what opinion about you that you refuse to water down? Like, what is it about you? Like, say me, I'm stubborn, and I refuse to let anybody else say that I'm, whatever like that. But what's one thing about you that you refuse to let people say otherwise about you?
I guess I'm just gonna always stand my ground.
Yeah.
I'm always gonna stand my ground. I'm always gonna, I'm like I'm always for what's right and what's wrong.
Yeah.
So if it's right, it's right to me, and if it's wrong, I feel like I'm gonna stand up for what's right, and if it's wrong, it's wrong.
Yeah. And that
sometimes I can't be no in between, even though I'm a Libra, but it's like, nah, that's
you're a
right.
Libra.
Yeah. What?
Alright, you can go ahead and finish your question. You can go ahead.
What's your sign?
I'm an Aries.
Okay,
Yeah,
see?
yeah.
My my kid's father Aries, yeah.
Already.
Yeah, y'all good people though.
Good people.
No. What is it about Libras though? You did that little.
No, I ain't saying nothing. I just know Libras. They very pretty much like the question I had. They very outspoken, outgoing. It's a
stubborn, spoiled.
Man, I ain't even.
I'm gonna stand up for what I feel. Yeah, that's that. My feelings is the biggest thing.
Yeah.
If I feel it, I'm gonna stand up for what I feel. You're not gonna treat me any kind of way. Like, that's who I am. Yeah.
Facts. See, you got it. Yeah.
That's because I'm so open with people. When people they'll look at my Facebook post, they like, I was scared to say something to you because you, from your Facebook, you just seem so mean. And when they meet me, I'm like down to earth.
Yeah.
I'm so down to earth. Like, so that's what I expect back.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give you nothing but goodness.
Facts. Cause I ain't gonna lie, when I was like, man, I hope I said the right thing. Cause she looked like she could cuss my ass out. But I was like, man, let me make sure these questions right. Make sure everything's situated. But I do want to ask you, like, how could I say it? Cause I wanna interpret it right.
Mm-hmm.
But like, what do female artists, still have to fight for that men don't even notice as being an artist?
What do we have to fight for?
Yeah, because I know as far as, being a female artist, would think, it's, sexualizing. They're not talking about, like, stuff that's going, because you got, like, people, like, say, like, you got Kendrick Lamar, you got Lil Baby, you got, The Baby, you got people with different type of genres of music. But, like, as far as when it comes to rap, but when females rap, like, how would I say, like, it's not more of, like, a different diversity. It's more of a one lane type of rap.
You gotta repeat that question in simple form. Hold on.
I got you.
Yeah, I was about to say something else, but then you made it. You switched it up.
Oh.
Okay, so like, what you said? What do females have to fight for?
Yeah. Like as far as females having to fight for, because I wanted to give you an example almost, but like if I can just say it regular, like what is it something that female artists are trying to put out there that the men artists don't recognize? Like, say, when you rap, you want the male artist, like, I want you to hear what I'm rapping instead of me, you know, dancing and moving inside the, you know, the club or the event. Like, I want you to actually hear my lyrics. Like, what's one thing that you believe that y'all are fighting for that men don't notice as being an artist?
We just probably fighting just to be seen. You know, a lot of men. Like, and I've noticed it too. Like, if I get up there, we always in competition with these men because if I get up there and I'm, you know, I just killed the nigga on stage, he gonna feel some type of way.
Yeah.
You know, and that's kind of go back to, you know, like, you know, men and, you know, feeling like they're over women. We always have it hard, you know, versus the men. Even down to society, oh, you know, the man wants to be making more than the woman and stuff like that. So we always constantly we're fighting for a spot, you know, just to be seen. No matter what we're talking about, you know, it's like I still, you know, I might be talking about this, but I want you to hear me. Yeah. And like one of my friends said, you gotta listen to what she's saying. Once you listen to what I'm saying and what I'm, you know, you'll kind of get it like, oh, she's very, you know, metaphoric and, you know, she them bars kind of like, you know, how they come together and stuff like that. So we always fighting, you know, to be seen because these men suddenly they push you down. I have more men haters than the women haters.
Yeah.
Haters in the music industry, you know. We always fighting, you know, for our spot because a man may feel like, oh, you know how ego.
Yeah.
This female then came and did something better than me. And then when some men used to brag about me, these like, Poison Ivy rap harder than some of these niggas. I'm like, man, why y'all saying that? Niggas hate me. They hate me.
Some shit.
Yeah, so it's like, you know, we always got to deal with that. And I see that. Yeah. And I was like, damn, I got more men haters than women. Like, you know, and it's you know, it's just you doing something that they probably can't do.
Yeah, facts.
And I got that from my homeboy. He said, Poison Ivy, you got something that people are still praying to the rap gods to get. You gotta take heed to that. I'm like,
yeah, because they lucky I can't rap. They lucky I can't rap. Shit. And I respect that you said that because at the end of the day, there are a lot of dope female artists.
Mm-hmm.
Like, a lot of people don't realize, like, even though, like, it's more kind of sexualized, like, it's a lot of female rappers in the industry that are going crazy right now.
Mm-hmm.
And even back to the old days, like when you said with Gangsta Boo, because when Gangsta Boo came on the scene, niggas like, hold on, like she ain't supposed to be talking about,
right.
Yeah, man, Gangsta Boo real as a mug. And like, what do people assume about you that couldn't be further more from the truth?
I don't want to say that.
I feel you, but like,
I can't say they say I'm mean because sometimes I can be mean, but I think they get me misconstrued with. I'm telling you with what I post. They probably think, you know, I'm a freak until I get to their house and just sit on the edge of the bed and don't do shit.
Yeah. You sit on the edge of the bed? Stop playing. Girl, if you don't come up here.
Like, they be like, man, you when that shit you was writing on Facebook and shit, that freaky shit.
Man, why you on the edge of the, come over here.
Not saying that, you know, when I'm in a relationship and stuff like that, you know, I always been a one person, you know, woman. You know, when I'm with that person, that's what he gets. But it's like, you know, people, you know, they'll just always assume, like, from what you post, you just this ratchet ass, ghetto ass, bottom of the barrel ass bitch. That's what they perceive until they meet me. Like, oh
Yeah.
damn, you smart as you know.
Yeah.
like the girl that was just doing my makeup. She's like, just knowing you just so classy and stuff like that. And I'm like, that's just how I carry myself.
Yeah.
When you get to know me, just get to know me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Cause yeah.
I'm on Facebook to make y'all laugh. This is my entertainment, but when they see me in person, like, oh, okay, you really smart. Yeah, I am.
Yeah, cause when I had came in, like I was telling you previously, I was like, man, I gotta be on my P's and Q's. But I heard, cause what I seen, I was like, man, and I need this job. So I was like, all right. But then when I actually sat down and talked to you, like, yeah, you cool, laid back, chill person, and then plus you funny. So yeah, that's a double. And I want to ask you, as far as when it comes to you being an artist, like what makes a collaboration feel real instead of transactional? Like, have you done collaborations with other people? Like, and like, what's one collaboration that kind of felt like, yeah, we kind of.
I don't even mean to look like that.
Yeah.
But it's just like I just did, when I feel like what's real, I can say, whoop that trick that I did with LeVar.
Yeah.
Lincoln Park LeVar and Uptown Dollars. Like, because it was like how I did it, I wanted to choose from a cipher. Like, I had people drop freestyles and I chose that way.
Yeah.
But it felt like just by them promoting it, because you gotta realize you will get somebody on a song with you in two months down the line, y'all beefing.
Yeah.
You get somebody on a song, they not even promoting this shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm the type person when I drop, y'all see how I am. I like to promote, like, so when we did that song, Whoop That Trick, and they both got up there with me, I felt like all three of us had came together with our promotion, where we was promoting it and getting it out there to people and stuff like that. That's what felt more real to me.
Yeah.
Anybody can, get in the studio and just put some shit together. Fact. But are we going to promote this shit? Because I just feel like, why are we doing this if we ain't trying to let the world hear it?
Yeah. And that's the whole part about being, an entertainer or a content creator. Like, you have to promote. And I agree wholeheartedly with what you said, because I, post stuff and I, put the people in there. I'm like, bro, you gotta get the stuff out there, bro. Like I did my part. Like, you gotta promote. Like,
right.
Like, sometimes I share some shit 3-4 times.
Right.
I keep sharing it. Like, you gotta promote it, because at the end of the day, you want as many people to see your gift as you do.
Right.
And they don't understand that.
Yeah, I just don't know what I'm like. I just be like, what are certain people do it for? Because I didn't talk to people. They got like 30, 50, 60 songs in their catalog that they let me listen to. And anybody can tell you that's me. I'm like, as soon as they let me hear something, I'm like, when you dropping it? Yeah. That's the first thing I'm gonna say. You're not about to waste time in my inbox. Let me listen to this shit you ain't about to drop. I'm not about to do that. So I'm got that shit made me offended. This is getting me a little angry right there saying this shit. I'm not about to keep listening to this music you ain't about to drop.
Yeah.
Like, especially, and then if I fuck with it, what's up? What's holding you up? Well, I'm waiting around and, stuff, So I'm always going to be that encourager, if anything. I'm not going to down a person. I'm like, look, go ahead and drop that. What you waiting on? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to encourage them to drop it, because what are you waiting on? You wait until you get older and older and older. We already at an age, you know what I'm saying? Well, I know I am where that's why I took off in 2020. I was already at the age where they said that I couldn't rap. Yeah. So guess what? I just took off and started dropping.
On my life.
Yeah.
On my life.
So yeah, just put it out there. Even the Brett said that, what you got, drop it. Yeah. And then try to do a visual to it. That's the advice people gave me. Do a visual to your song. Because it just me, you hearing me saying some shit like, I feel like if I make an ABCD song, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, but if you see the visual of me doing it, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, it's a different vibe when, it's the visual. So they said, whatever it is, even if it's a freestyle, you got to get on your phone, drop a visual to it.
Yeah.
The stuff people told me, so that's why I'm always dropping visuals.
Yeah, cause it allows the person that's watching it to actually kind of connect to you on a visual sense, not just hearing you, but actually seeing and hearing you at the same time.
Right.
And like, if your story is still being written, what chapter are you on right now?
I feel like I'm like I be saying that it's like you felt like then you was just beginning.
Yeah.
But it's like now, it's like it's like damn, I'm just begin. It feels like that because I'm like damn, why didn't I? What I got now, why didn't I think of that then?
Yeah.
Like what I'm about to do now, why couldn't I have, So I feel like this is really just the beginning for me, something great that's about to come.
So what is about chapter 2, chapter 3?
Man, I don't even. Was it a table of contents? The table of contents. Let me stop. No, we about we on chapter 1, 2, 3.
And
No, for real. But yeah, it's like it feels like it.
Yeah.
It's like you just don't know, and that's just God speaking to me. You just don't know how I'm about to bless you. So it's like you felt like this. Oh no, I really feel like man, this is about to be. He about to take me indoors that I want to receive till my cup can't receive no more. Yeah. So that's the time for me. Blessings, overpouring. Walking into that light, walking into what you're supposed to be doing, not letting nothing stop you no more. Being that confident woman that you can be. Be that woman that you can be. Be that mother that you can be. If you get married, be that wife that you can be. Just step out there and do what you got to do. And